Hey, it's Yellow King Film Boy here. Now, hold your horses, don't jump to any conclusions. On account of the title of this video, let me make this clear. I don't want to see this film fail. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be the natural successor to Goodfellas. I hope The Irishman turns out to be the greatest achievement in the illustrious career of Martin Scorsese. But I don't know, I have some concerns. If you didn't already know, and I'm sure you do, the trailer for the highly anticipated Scorsese film, The Irishman, dropped yesterday. It reunites De Niro, Joe Pesci with Scorsese, and also stars Al Pacino. Netflix have pumped a colossal $160 million into this film and are hoping this will be their next Roma and will garner critical success and Oscar nominations. And why not? Anything by Scorsese has a good chance of achieving success and awards. And then you bring in a formidable acting talent of De Niro and company and you have a winner, yes? I hope so. Based on the book, I Heard You Paint Houses. The film follows World War II veteran Frank Sheeran, Robert De Niro, a real-life hitman who was allegedly involved in the infamous disappearance of union boss Jimmy Hoffa, who's played by Al Pacino, which is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. So why has this film got such a huge budget? As the story takes place over the course of multiple decades, director Martin Scorsese and his team have employed expensive and cutting-edge de-aging technology to make some of its cast appear up to 30 years younger in certain sections of the film. The extensive de-aging work can also be blamed for the long wait leading to the film's release, with Scorsese's longtime editor telling Yahoo in February that the production is youthifying actors in the first half of the movie, and that the second half of the movie they play their own age. So that's a big risk. Now, we are all familiar with CGI, and there is that saying that the best CGI is the CGI you never notice. David Fincher's use of CGI in his movies is a brilliant example of this. He uses it to serve the story and not the other way round. But on the other hand, we have examples like Peter Cushing being digitally resurrected from the dead to appear in Star Wars Rogue One. This was considered one of the better examples of this technology in recent years. And while this is fascinating to look at, for me personally, the better the technology becomes and the more realistic it looks, the weirder it becomes. And it then falls more deeply into the uncanny valley. The phrase uncanny valley is used to describe the unsettling feeling people experience when androids, humanoid robots, and audiovisual simulations closely resemble humans. There are two films being released this year that will extensively feature this new technology of de-aging. One is The Irishman, and the other is Ang Lee's big action movie Gemini Man, starring Will Smith and a younger, cloned version of Will Smith. Now, looking at the Gemini Man film, the young Will Smith looks pretty good, and you must remember this is a 100% digital character. It is a completely CGI character in the same way that the lions in The Lion King are CGI characters. Yeah, it looks impressive, but it also looks feckin' weird. Now, this is all fine and dandy in a big action blockbuster movie starring Will Smith. We know nobody is going to see this film and consider it a work of art, and then study the complexities of Will Smith's acting for years to come. It's just a fun movie. It's a fun action movie to see in the cinema and munch your popcorn to, and that's fine. But when you apply this technology to a film such as The Irishman, there could well be some problems. Look at the trailer. This looks to be a Scorsese film in the style of Goodfellas, The Wolf on Wall Street, and Casino. And I presume Scorsese will be hoping to tell an epic story, a story of unfolding drama that viewers will hope to become entranced with, a story which will need to rely on the heavyweight acting talent of its cast, legendary acting talent such as Pacino and De Niro, who know how to display the tiniest subtleties in their profession to illuminate the characters they are portraying. I remember watching Goodfellas for the first time as a kid and being utterly spellbound by the film. The 2.5-hour runtime, it just flew past. But I feared the aging technology could well spoil The Irishman. And Scorsese himself has spoken of his concerns over the use of this technology. During a recent appearance on a Bigger Canvas podcast, Scorsese admitted to director Joanna Hogg that the VFX required to de-age the actors, it continues to worry him. De Niro's present-day appearance and his de-aged look will be mixed up throughout the movie, which means viewers will be given numerous opportunities to compare De Niro's two faces throughout the runtime. For this reason, Scorsese is adamant that every inch of the de-aged face looks realistic. Scorsese said, "Why I'm concerned, we're all concerned, is that we're so used to watching them as older faces. When we put them all together, it cuts back and forth. Now it's real, now I'm seeing it, now certain shots need more work on the eyes, needs more work on why these exactly the same eyes from the plate shot, but the wrinkles and things have changed. Does it change the eyes at all? If that's the case, what was in the eyes that I liked? Was it intensity? Was it gravitas? Was it threat?" Now, this is Scorsese talking, and he obviously sounds concerned. Did we need a CGI de-aged 12-year-old version of Noodles, Robert De Niro in Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in America? No. So why do we need to do it now? If I was Scorsese, I wouldn't have anything to do with this technology. It's just too risky. Already there are numerous posts in forums on Reddit about the trailer and how the CGI looks, does it work, and how De Niro's mouth looks wrong, etc., etc. All this talk is about the VFX and not about the movie itself. Again, it's distracting from the film. Why not just hire lookalike actors to play the parts of De Niro and Al Pacino? Surely there are actors out there that have that look, that younger look that's needed for the film, and they could do this. Like I said before, I hope I'm wrong, but the trick of a director spellbinding an audience is so easily broken when this technology is used. You just cannot replicate a human. Their emotions conveyed through expression, through their eyes, through their soul, is too complex to digitally capture. And while this might be fine for a Marvel movie, it's a very different story, I believe, for a movie like The Irishman. But let's hope I'm wrong. Thanks for listening. What do you think? Leave a comment, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. Bye.